In this section, we're solving two-step equations by combining like terms. Like terms have the same variables raised to the same power, so in this case, if I have 4m and I add 12m to that, I will now have 16m. 4 plus 12 is 16. Equals negative 192, just copying it down. Then to get rid of my 16, I'm going to divide both sides by 16, so m equals, and using my calculator, I got negative 12. And then it says, and check your solution. So when we check, we're going to go back to our original equation. And where there was an m, I'm going to substitute negative 12. And when I multiply 16 times negative 12, I get negative 192. So I know my answer is right. Okay, they want you just to place the steps in order, so you don't actually have to solve it. But I think it's going to make more sense if I come over here and actually solve it. So 10b minus 5b, I had 10, I took away 5, I now have 5b, combining my like terms. So that would be the first. And then I need to get rid of the 2, so I'm going to use the inverse operation. I'm going to add 2 to both sides. So 48 plus 2 is 50. And that's an ugly 5. So add 2 to both sides. That's number 2. And then to get rid of the 5, I'm going to divide both sides by 5. So b equals 10. So there's number 3. And then the last thing we always want to do is check to make sure our answer worked. So I'm substituting in where there was a b. I'm going to put what I found b to equal, which is 10. So I hope 48 equals 10 times 10 is 100, minus 5 times 10 is 50, minus 2. I typed it in my calculator, and sure enough, 48 equals 100 minus 50 is 50, minus 2 is 48. My check step worked. I'm happy. I know 10 is the correct answer, and we're done. Okay, this one says solve and check the solution again. So the first thing I need to do is combine my like terms. 5r minus 11r, 5 minus 11, you can use a calculator if you're not confident, is negative 6r. And then to undo the negative 6 times r, I'm going to divide both sides by negative 6. So I get r equals negative 9. And then it's always a good idea to check back in your original equation. So I'm putting holding spots there for my r. So I'm going to take 5 times negative 9 minus 11 times negative 9, and I hope I get 54. So 5 times negative 9 is negative 45. Negative times negative is plus 99, and sure enough, that does equal 54. So I am confident that negative 9 is the correct answer. Again, they want us to solve and check the solution. If I have 6a and I subtract 10a, I'll combine my like terms and have negative 4a. And I'm just copying down the rest of the equation for now. The next thing I can get rid of is my minus 3. So to undo minus 3, I'm going to add 3 to both sides of the equation. So I have negative 4a equals negative 24. Then to get rid of the negative 4, I'm going to divide both sides by negative 4. So a equals 6. So I'm going to go back to my original equation and check. So I'm going to put 6 back in where the a's were. So 6 times 6 is 36, minus 10 times 6 is 60, minus 3, I hope equals negative 27. 36 minus 60 is negative 24. Again, if you're not sure, use your calculator. Minus 3 is negative 27. Sure enough, it's right. My answer of a equals 6 is correct. Once again, they want us to solve and check the solution. So the first thing we want to do is combine our like terms. So I'm just copying down the 17 equals 8. And 15x minus 24x, if you're not sure, use a calculator, is negative 9x. And then I want to get rid of the 8 from the same side where my x is. So I'm going to subtract 8 from both sides of the equation. 17 minus 8 is 9. And I'm just copying down my negative 9x. So now to get rid of times negative 9. I'm going to undo that with divide by negative 9, and I get negative 1 equals x. And once again, it's always a good idea to go back to your original equation and check. Where there was an x in the original equation, I'm going to replace it with negative 1. So I have 17 equals 8 minus 15. Negative times negative is plus 24. I hope 17 equals 8 minus 15 is negative 7 plus 24. And sure enough, 24 minus 7 is 17. I am confident my answer of negative 1 is right.